Hey guys, yo, it's me, Marcus. Just here to briefly talk about NBA Finals and after Game Two, they go Warriors versus Cleveland, round three, and I think as of right now, honest to God, the Warriors may get it because you got people, you got one of the most overrated players in the history of the game, LeBron James. After Game Two, I thought that Durant made him look like shit. The Cavaliers got whacked like a masturbation tournament. I mean, left to right, man. They were left Durant open all night, and for in one part of the game too, I saw they were doubling Thompson and everything, and leaving Durant wide open for threes, 2-point perimeter shots, you name it, dunks, you name it. I think, and this is something I've told a lot of people about this. LeBron knows how to guard Durant. He's just not going to do it. Here's why. Remember 5 years ago when both of them, when LeBron was with Miami still and Durant was still in OKC, they swept past OKC. After Game 2, Cleveland, the Heat took it. My only problem is you got a guy that's 6'11", with the wingspan of 7'2", that can just glide through people. It's kind of like almost seeing a more well-experienced version of Brandon Ingram. Now, Brandon Ingram's only 6'9", but his wingspan's of 7 foot. But Durant has a way to get past people. He crossed this junk out of LeBron, and they made LeBron look like a joke. I never seen anybody cross LeBron like that in a while. And not only that, they are probably going to make history. It's a slight possibility they may make history and possibly win the finals, and it'll be Durant's first ever NBA ring since, first NBA ring. And here's the thing that both Durant, LeBron, and Jordan had in common. It both took them 9 years to win their first NBA ring. It took Jordan almost 10 seasons. I mean, they were there in the finals and the playoffs and everything, but Chicago did not really have what it takes to actually, win. Just like when LeBron first came to Cleveland, they got to the finals at least 3 times within his 9-year career with being in Cleveland first time before he went over to play in Miami. They played against the Lakers. Okay. They played against a few other teams. I don't remember who else was on there. But let me tell you something. Even LeBron had no help at that time. Like Jordan. It took Jordan 9 seasons to get him a ring because he had no bench to back him up. LeBron had no bench to back him up either. And Durant's a more versatile player on the offensive side of the ball compared to what Westbrook is. And the reason why I think Durant, personally, in my opinion, deserves the ring more than Westbrook, is because Westbrook can't really handle that kind of spotlight. Don't get me wrong. He is somewhat a versatile point guard at 6'3" and about $195. He can make it, but he's got to change his attitude. Okay, his attitude is where he can do it by himself and no help. But the way I carried the Thunder this past season, it makes you think, could he possibly leave? He didn't agree to an extension on his contract with OKC, so he may be opting out. There's 12 other players that are opting out this upcoming season, and Westbrook is one of them. Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, and a few other guys I just named. My thing is about LeBron, when it came to guarding, I don't know, getting off topic, but when it came to him guarding Durant supposedly, Durant, even in Game 1 on Thursday night, when they went to Oakland, Durant was lighting it up. They couldn't stop him. Durant left with 42 points in Game 1. And that score, 120 to 83, or to 93. And the same thing happened again Sunday night over in Oakland. You got nobody that can guard Durant. They were too freaking scared because they don't realize, no, they know what they're up against. Curry has not been doing threes very well. He's had to rely on either Durant or Thompson or Draymond to help him out with the boards and getting a better shot, getting a better look. The threat is not Green or Thompson or Curry. The main threat is, like my coworker once told me earlier this morning, is Durant. LeBron is the only man on that team for Cleveland that knows how Durant plays. He's played against him at least 4 times within the last maybe 7 years. Okay? Well, no, not 7. I meant 4 years. He knows how Durant plays. He had to guard Durant when they were both on opposite teams and when Miami won their first ring in a while. And it took LeBron to get that long to do that. It may end up taking Durant with Golden State to do the same thing. Now, both of them are... Now, Durant's a better player than LeBron in some areas. And here's why. LeBron, he's overrated. Excuse me for a second. It was nothing. Now Durant is considered Durant. Durant, hey, Amos All-Star, how you doing? Durant is considered one of the top players in the history of the game. He's over, and the one thing that I can't stand about Curry is that Curry cannot play defense. Curry is one of those types of guys that is worried about getting threes knocked off instead of going down there on the stretch and transition and blocking somebody. Okay? But they ain't got to worry about that. Durant is a better scorer than Curry. So is Thompson. Okay? And they possibly, it may happen. I've told my coworker this. And he said he didn't agree with this, which I kind of understand why. But I'll let you know. The last time we had a team that was undefeated in the playoffs and in regular season, mainly in the playoff position, was the 1995-1996 Chicago Bulls when Jordan and Pippen were at their prime and Steve Kerr was. Okay? The season after was when Kerr went over to Cleveland and played for Cleveland at that time, and then he retired. They had Chicago back in the day was the only team in NBA franchise history that had a record of 74 wins and only 2 losses. Those 2 losses ended up being in the playoffs, which that didn't prevent them from losing the playoffs in general, going to the finals. Okay, that's the reason why Jordan, after his 9th season in the NBA, had won 6 back-to-back NBA rings. No other player in the history of the game has done that. Now, here's something that some of you guys forget about. Okay, this is the 3rd time we've seen 2 of the same teams topped as in the highest seed of 5 seeds. And the last 3 seasons, this has gone on. This is round 3. but with the extra secret weapon being in Durant. And, of course, I have a more younger bench. You got guys on Golden State's bench that can keep up in scoring just like LeBron and Kyrie can. Now, Cleveland's bench is just as good, but the only thing that's keeping them down from actually possibly coming back is their lack of defense. They did not guard Durant at all in the last 2 games. I have a gut feeling that Durant may end up winning his first NBA ring ever. And I also have a feeling that the first time in NBA history, possibly, Golden State can be the first team right now that can win over 80 games in a regular game season. Okay? Now, hold on a second. One of the things that I'm mostly concerned about with Durant possibly winning his first NBA ring, and this is something I told my coworker about this. He agrees with me. He don't think that they can win 80 games in the regular season or the preseason game. The furthest they got was 78 wins and 2 losses. Okay, they have scorched their opposition several times on the offensive side of the ball and on the defensive side of the ball. And they're the only team right now that has a good bench. They have one of the best players in the history of the game in Kevin Durant. A lot of people say Durant does not deserve to be in that spot, but who gives a crap? Durant has worked a lot harder to get to where he needs to be as opposed to if he was in OKC with his buddy Westbrook. When Westbrook found out that Durant was going to Golden State, Westbrook got crushed and everything. It got real personal between the two of them. And I will say this: Westbrook needs to get over it. Durant's in the possibility that he may win his first NBA ring. It's a slight possibility. And I think they could do it again. 80 games. Durant winning his first ring. And no one shutting down Durant on defense from the Cleveland side of the ball. They got to find something that'll stop. You guys have a good night. The game 3 will be in Cleveland Wednesday night at 9 o'clock. My question is, will the Cavs come back? Will the Cavs redemp themselves? Will the Cavs come back on top? We'll find out tomorrow night at 9 o'clock in Cleveland. You guys have a good night. Love you all. Stay busy. Nice to see you, Mrs. Allstott.